Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, working another one of those weekly trophy list update type videos. This will be going up on Monday, April 29th, so about to head into May, and it will have covered the week of April 22nd through April 28th. So first and foremost thing I want to say while people are still watching the video at the beginning, if you happen to be interested in being an amazing person and basically carrying my butt through survival mode in the Division, please let me know because I just want to get that trophy done. I desperately want to get that done, and yeah, basically I can't do survival mode. I'm just terrible at it or have really bad luck at it. So with that piece of knowledge out of the way, let's look back at this past week. So I did not touch Borderlands Game of the Year this past week because, as far as I know, nothing has been changed or modified yet about the Mad Moxie DLC and about it possibly being fixed or whatnot. Hopefully it will be in the near future so I can go ahead and finish this because, I mean, it's another 6 hours of gameplay of the stupid Colosseums, but I mean, I'm not going to do it until they fix the issue. I'm not going to risk the game crashing on me after 3 hours in a Colosseum on like the last round or something. It's just not going to happen. It's not worth it to me until they can get it to fix. So this was a pretty busy week for me in terms of trophies. Got trophies in 6 different games. Plus there was a Fallout stream on Friday as well. So first game I played through on Monday of this past week would have been Lost Grimoires 2 Shard of Mystery. This is a nice and easy Artifex Mundi game. Like most of them, it takes about 2 to 3 hours. So this is a pretty short one actually. It's pretty easy overall, like most of them are, and this is one of the ones that doesn't have a whole lot of trophies in it, but it also does not have a bonus chapter in it, surprisingly. You do have to get some collectibles. There's 31 collectibles, and you do have to beat it on Expert as usual, but there's no bonus chapter, which is kind of nice, and you only have to play through the game once, which is also very nice. So if you just follow a guide, you'll have no problem getting your platinum. Your hidden object puzzle trophies this time are one of them with less than 4 mistakes, and one of them in under a minute. Sometimes those are harder, more strict. As well as 3 objects in 3 seconds. That one can also sometimes be a little more strict, but I think this one has mostly set hidden object puzzles. Then you have the minigame ones, which are, as usual, a minigame in less than a minute. Sometimes that's 30 seconds, but it's a minute on this one, so that's nice. So, quick and easy platinum trophy, another good Artifex Mundi game. I think that they have continued to, like, expand a little bit more with different titled games that don't sound as much Artifex Mundi-esque when you just see the title for the first time, so it might be a little harder to tell that they're the ones that made them, but they're still making plenty of games, and the vast majority of them are quick and easy platinums, and they're generally pretty enjoyable if you like I Spy, you know, hidden object puzzle games, or I Spy type games, stuff like that. Then on Tuesday, I did Word Sudoku by Palgi, or I guess I started it on Monday, but finished it on Tuesday, because you can only stand so much Palgi in one day, because it gets very, very repetitive and quite boring, even if you're doing it following a guide. Thankfully, this one, though, is much easier than the word search one. It's not quite the easiest or the shortest one, because there's others that are a lot easier and shorter than this one, but this one is still only about a 1 to 2 hour platinum. It is Sudokus, but using letters, but you can switch it between numbers and letters. You have to solve 50 specific puzzles out of the 240 that are available, and that will get you all the different trophies here. So yeah, solve about 50 total puzzles. You can look at a guide for all of them as to exactly what they need to look like. So you can just really look at pictures actually for it. I mean, that's what people do for most of these games. So I think there's now 5 Palgi games. It's Word Search, Word Sudoku, Mix-Ups, One Word, and something else. I think there's one other one. But yeah, these are all very, very easy platinums. Most of them are like 1 to 2 hour platinums. One of them's shorter, and then Word Search is like 10 hours. Because you have to solve all of them. I mean, it's not difficult at all. It's just very time consuming. And again, one can only stand so much Palgi in one day. The music is a big issue with that, so I would highly suggest muting the game and putting on your own music so that you don't get driven crazy by the repetitive beat of their music. Anyway, so that is the second game I played. Then I have been working on Destiny 2. I'm sort of making this my go-to, like, cleanup game whenever I'm, you know, not playing anything else specifically. Just go back and play some Destiny 2 because that's probably about the easiest one to get back into at any given time and just play fairly casually for a short period of time. Because Red Dead 2 as much as I'd like to go back and get back into it, if I only have a couple hours a night to play something, I don't want to spend half of that riding across the map on a horse because there's no fast travel system in the single player. There's sort of slightly one in the multiplayer, and I'm still not. The multiplayer is still not even out of beta yet, and I don't really want to go back to the multiplayer until they get it out of beta and hopefully get some issues and stuff worked out and some rebalancing. I mean, I would like to make Red Dead 2 my 400th Platinum, but I don't know if I'm going to find the motivation to get it done by that point. There are other games, though, I can make for 400, like Fallout 76 might be an interesting one to do for 400. But as of now, for Forsaken, I've got my third Forsaken trophy, which is a story-related trophy, as to be expected. I finally got around to that one. I think that this one is a story-related trophy as well, but I could be wrong on that. The exotic quest, I think I'm close to the end of the one for Cade's gun. I'm on to the step. I just finished the 25 hand cannon headshots in multiplayer in Crucible, so I think I'm pretty close to the end of Cade's quest, and I've got a couple others being worked on. Forsaken Nightfall boss, I'm assuming, is not really that hard, and I'm sure I could just get a group to like join to work on that as well as the raid. Though I don't know if I'm going to do the raid until the next expansion comes out, which will be in September, so the Year 3 expansion. Just because that would probably make this easier, because it'll up power levels so much that you can be really overpowered for this, the way people were for the Leviathan raid in the base game, and part of the reason why, aside from just not really knowing what I was doing in a couple of the steps, it was pretty simple overall with a decent group. Because that raid is just really not fun. It's not well liked at all. I don't know anything about the Last Wish raid, but it does have an okay completion percentage, so it must not be the worst thing in the world. I don't know if it's as tough as the ones in Destiny 1. The Forsaken Nightfall boss, the exotic quest is almost done. I think this is another story-related trophy. I need to look into what you have to do for the collections badge, but it doesn't look like it's super hard to get, because it's still, 4.6% achieved. The exotic weapons and armor, I am slowly working on that. Like I said, I've got a few exotic quests going, and I'm always checking in with Xur every weekend to see if he's selling them. I think I have 2 exotics from Forsaken at the moment, so hopefully soon we'll continue to progress on that. I need to also look into like a faster way to farm them or something when I eventually get to that point, because I haven't even started to try to farm them or anything. It's just, like I said, it's a game I casually go back to when I have time, or when I don't have anything else I really specifically want to play. Because this week was just a week that I was heavily focusing on just playing a few of my backlogged games from my different folders I just wanted to start working on and get through if possible. Just quick and easy platinums just to get them out of the way for the future. And then, of course, there is the Triumph Seal, which is quite challenging and very time-consuming. Actually, I don't know if it's necessarily considered challenging as much, because I think the DLC is only rated a 4 out of 10 in difficulty, which would indicate that the Last Wish raid is no harder than the Leviathan, and that the Triumph Seal isn't particularly hard, just very, very time-consuming, because I know it's said to be over 100 hours to finish this DLC. So I think I know what it expects you to do. I just need to figure out which Triumph is going to be the easiest one to go for, and, exactly how to do every step of it. But not looking forward to that one, but I do think that Destiny 2, this DLC at least, I could definitely eventually finish. As for Destiny 1, though, I never really came even close to getting the Platinum or the 100%. I mean, I still don't even own Rise of Iron yet, because it's always so expensive. If it goes on sale for a good price, I will probably pick it up at that point, just so I can start to, I guess, be able to clean up everything, because I know that there's a trophy that takes like 9 weeks of like playing on a day, 9 consecutive weeks or something to do. It's something really weird. So not looking forward to doing that eventually, because I'm just not a big Destiny fan. I mean, I played Destiny 1 a little bit, but just never really could get into it. Destiny 2, I played a lot more than Destiny 1, because I felt like it was easier for me to get into, or maybe because I had more time to play it at the time it came out compared to Destiny 1. But maybe someday I'll finish them, or at least get a good portion of them done, because I know that the Flawless Raider is a lot easier now than it was, but I still don't really know too much about that. So then, my last easy game out of the week that was just a straight up, cheap, quick, and easy platinum is Jazzpunk. This is the EU PS4 version. This is actually a decent game. I've said that before. This is one of the better of the sort of goofy little walking simulator type games with a little bit of puzzle in it. It's a very, very easy platinum trophy. It takes like an hour to an hour and a half as long as you're following a guide. It's not difficult at all. You basically just have miscellaneous trophies for each of the 4 levels, as well as a few story-related trophies for each of the 4 levels. And that's a funny platinum trophy. Now go outside. That's the description. That's a pretty good fitting description for us trophy hunters. Anyway, so this is from like the 3rd level, the beach level. This is from the very first level, I believe. This one is from the first level. This one's from the first level. This one is from the first level. This one's from the first level. This one is, I think, the first level, but I can't really remember. I think it's in the first level, though. This one is in the first level as well. This one is first level. I remember that now. This one is in the second level. This one, I think, this one is in the second level. This is in the second level. This one is like between the second and third levels. This is the third level. This is the third level. Third level. Third level. Fourth level. Fourth level. Final trophy you get, because you don't actually have to finish the game. The game goes on about like 3 or 4 more minutes after you get your last trophy. So that's kind of nice, I guess, that you don't have to technically finish the game, but it doesn't take much longer anyway, and it's almost very little gameplay after you even do this last part. This is 4th level, this is 3rd level, this is 4th level, and this is 4th level. So overall, it's a very quick and easy platinum trophy, one of the more enjoyable ones, like I said, of this kind of game. And I have done the North American version. I did it a very, very long time ago, maybe around 150 or so. So I did it a very, very long time ago, but hey, finally got around to doing the EU version. Great. So the next game I've been working on, Resident Evil 5, and as you can see, I did make progress in the game this week. Actually made quite a bit of progress this week, because as of last week, I'd only finished regular Slayers, the combos in Slayers and Team Slayers, and the 50 physical. Okay, I had finished half of it last week. Okay, so I was actually closer than I thought. But this week, I finished Team Slayers, because I didn't have too many more matches, but we've got a full group of like 5 different people, and we just play whenever we can on it, because I got another guy on here that was willing to help out, and he's been very helpful with it, so I think we now have a pretty reliable group to where we should be able to actually finish this game this week. Because the 15 matches of Team Slayers and 15 matches of Slayers, the Slayers and Team Slayers matches are only 3 minutes apiece. So that's not too bad. So that's 45 minutes per team, or an hour and a half per game mode. So that's 3 total hours to finish those modes. So that's not really too bad. And we're done with it now, which is even better. Survivors is a bit more annoying because Survivors matches last for 5 minutes instead of 3 minutes. And I think I have 9 wins in regular Survivors and 2 wins in Team Survivors. So they take longer to boost or grind out, but it's not difficult because you can boost everything, which is great. And I think the current plan is that we're going to boost Survivors. Me and my friend are going to boost Survivors tomorrow. He also needs like maybe 5 to 10 more wins in regular Slayers, but that's pretty quick and simple to boost, so we'll hopefully be finishing that for him, as well as finishing Survivors tomorrow. And then Tuesday, the goal is to finish Team Survivors with our remaining 13 wins per team. So that's going to be, 13 minutes, or 13 wins, so 26 wins times 5 minutes is just over 2 hours. So that's really not too bad, honestly. I think that we can probably get that done on Tuesday, hopefully, because I won't have the ability to do it this weekend. I would have time Friday, but that would be the only other time. The 20 defeated combo and 40 defeated combo are not particularly hard. They may take a few tries and a bit of practice, but if you have some decent weapons and you sort of know what you're doing, it's not too bad. The 40,000 and 80,000 points in Survivors and Team Survivors are easier, because you basically just have to melee finish your opponent a few times in the game and then not really die during it. So it's quite easy, actually, and I got both of those trophies, I think, first try when we were attempting it, and I think the other teams and other players did as well. So those trophies aren't really too hard. I mean, you can kind of see it by the fact that those are a 1.2 and a 1.9 versus a 0.7 and a 0.8 for those, and these being much more rare, because I don't know why it has to be 15 matches. It's a bit extensive, if you ask me, because not very many people played this game mode. And then, of course, there's this one that I had back when I got the Platinum for the game because it's very easy. It's easier in the PS4 version because you either get more points or they cost less points to unlock. And then the 50 physical attacks is really easy to grind down in Survivors, so nothing too difficult there. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 will hopefully be 100% the next time I see you guys on one of these updates. That'll be a great one to have done because it's not particularly hard. It's just been hanging over my head for so long because there's so much multiplayer, and the two-player stuff is easy, and the other, like the characters trophy, is easy. It's just those 4 trophies from the 4-player modes that are just a lot more problematic because they require you to coordinate 4 people to play 60 total matches. And it's a bit more difficult to get that kind of thing set up. And then finally this week, I decided to go back and play a kids game, a kids movie tie-in type game, something I haven't done in a very long time, I don't believe. I think the last one I did was like Where the Wild Things Are a while back, so this is a generally easy platinum, like most of these kids' movie tie-in games are, but this one just really pissed me off at times, and we'll get into that as we go. You get 3 trophies here for rescuing your partners that give you new types of impas, as they're called, which are basically your little minions that you use in this game. And then 3 trophies for beating the 3 bosses. It's 3 islands, each one has a story trophy and a boss trophy that you have to get through to finish the game. The game's very short, of course, like it's a sub 10 hour platinum, so it's not a time consuming one at all. The first boss and the last boss are pretty easy if you know what you're doing. The second boss is really obnoxious because the way you're supposed to beat him does not always function. Like, you have to throw a certain type of impa at him, but it doesn't always function, and sometimes they all just get wiped out. So, I mean, maybe it's because I was doing it on a drunk stream at the time, but it was really an obnoxious boss fight compared to the first one and the third one. Otherwise, though, you just have to explore the world. You have to collect 15 total treasures, 5 on each of the 3 islands. This isn't too hard, especially if you look at a video, if you start getting lost on it. You have a pretty much unmissable trophy here. This one's pretty much unmissable. This one's pretty much unmissable. Then you get into some combat and other miscellaneous trophies. This one's a little bit trickier because to get the crab stunned, you have to make them run into a wall. It's not too hard, it's just requires a little bit more luck or a little bit more planning. This one will be earned automatically while going for the treasure chest, because there's some in clams. Unlocking all the portals, there's also about 15 of those. It's not necessarily 5 on each island, but there's about 15 total of them. So it's also not too difficult, and you want to get them all because they basically function as checkpoints and points to respawn your impas. 30 vampires at once will be one of the later trophies you get, but it's easy because you need a lot of treasures to get it. Defeat any enemy using only the wolf one and using only a single wolf impa. It's not hard, it's kind of annoying because you can only attack like once and then you have to call him back and then just keep repeating that cycle for like 5 minutes. An enemy with an impact from a thrown Franken impa is pretty easy. This one's pretty much guaranteed while you're going. I think it's actually a story-related trophy. This one is for getting stuff out of the clams. This one's going to come naturally while getting all the treasure chests. This one's a little bit annoying, but you don't actually have to kill the target, so you just have to hit them with the ricochet, so not too bad. And that's an unmissable story-related trophy. So the reason I didn't like this game, aside from the obnoxious second boss fight just being broken, is just the game... Even by kids game tie-in standards, this one's bad. Like, this one's worse than a lot of the ones I've played because, I mean, the controls are terrible. The camera is terrible. Just, they can't even bother to have in, like, really cutscenes to it. It's half the time it's just random pictures, I guess, from the movie or something. So it's really just not a good game in the slightest. There's nothing interesting about it. The worlds aren't unique. The enemies are very... uninteresting. There aren't very many different kinds of them. You have only the 4 different kinds of imp thingies, and they aren't really interesting. They have slightly different abilities. And the thing is that really kind of annoyed me about this game is a straight-up ripoff of Pikmin. Pikmin is an old Nintendo series, currently with 3 games in it. Well, 4 games technically, but we don't always talk about that 4th one. But it has 4 games in it, and it's about you crash land on a planet, and, well, that's sort of how it goes. It's a little bit different in the later games, but you go to a planet, later turns out to be Earth. and you command armies of little minions called Pikmin, very tiny little creatures, different colors having different abilities, and you command them to do your bidding by collecting items and bringing them back to you, as well as killing bosses and other hostile creatures on the planet. Sound familiar to anyone who's played this game? It's completely identical. It's Pikmin. You even use a whistle to call them back to you. They didn't even try to disguise it. And like, it's fine if you want to make your game based off of Pikmin, but of all combinations, Hotel Transylvania plus Pikmin doesn't make any sense to me. And the fact that you did not make it a good game, if it was a good Pikmin clone, I'd be happy, but because I love the series. But for a crappy Pikmin clone, no thank you. Didn't need to make it. Why didn't you just make it like any of the other crappy kids games? I guess maybe they were trying to make it a little more unique, but it's very blatantly obvious to anyone who's ever played Pikmin. So I thought this video was going to go on a little bit longer, but that is actually it for the trophy part of this video. Level 65, 67%, 16,314 total trophies, 374 platinums, 2,080 golds, 4,153 silvers, 9,707 bronzes. So for this upcoming couple of weeks, because this is where the rest of the video comes in, is I've got to give an update for the channel for the next couple of weeks, because things are going to be a little bit off these next couple weeks. This week, the planned schedule is Monday is when this video will go up, as expected, but Tuesday will be a stream, most likely, unless the Resident Evil 5 boost takes a lot longer than I thought, and we don't get it done until later or something. Wednesday will be the Platinum Trophy video of the week, which will be number 358. X-Men Destiny. There was some raging in that, as you guys might remember. We've got that, and then Thursday will be another stream, and it may be a drunk stream, maybe not. We will see. We'll see how I'm feeling on Thursday because I'm not working on Friday. And then Friday I'll be going to bed pretty early because I'm going to be on vacation from this coming Saturday. That'll be... What day is Saturday? Is that May the 4th? Let's see, I'm pulling up my calendar right now. Yep, that's May the 4th through May the 11th. I will be on vacation. And I will be vlogging that vacation for you guys to release as videos when I get back on Saturday the 11th. I mean, it'll take a while to get everything edited afterward. So Thursday will be the last stream for a while because, I mean, I'll be gone. I obviously won't be able to stream down there. I don't plan to be bringing anything gaming related down there because I just need some time to decompress and relax and enjoy life a little bit. So I probably won't even bring my Vita. I thought I might do that at first, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to take anything, just my phone. So I'll be able to keep in touch with you guys through like YouTube and stuff. Along with that, there will be videos uploaded the week that I'm gone. I'll just have them scheduled. It'll mostly just be Platinum Trophy videos. But there most likely will not be a trophy update until the Monday after I get back. So Monday the 13th after I get back. And the rest of the videos filling in between will be trophy hunting videos, Platinum Trophy videos, maybe another... Actually, no, I do have another Fallout recipe that I'll probably have released. Maybe that Saturday that I leave for vacation, so there will be that stuff to look forward to. Otherwise, though, that's sort of the main schedule for this coming week, and then things will resume the week of the 13th of May, so things will get back to normal then, hopefully. Yeah, so as for plans for games to play, though, in these next couple weeks, I have my whole roadmap currently set up for everything I want to do over the next few months or so, or really over quite a while. My goal for these last couple days of April and then for all of May are The Division, if someone's kind enough to basically get me through survival mode. I will give you any weapons that we get out of my crates at the end as long as I get my trophy. That's all I care about. Resident Evil 5 PS4 will be done during May, just hopefully will be done by the end of this week, by like the middle of this week actually. Borderlands Game of the Year Edition will eventually be done once they eventually fix the problem because what's left is very easy. It's just very time consuming and too broken right now to be worth trying. Black Ops 1 DLCs 2 through 4. I think I found someone to actually do Call of the Dead and Moon with. We would just need a full group to do Shangri-La with. And then I also want to go back and do Monkey Island 1 and 2, the PS3 games, to 100% because they're both They're both quick and easy 100%. I thought they were technically Telltale games, but I don't think they actually are. But I already bought them because they were maybe on sale, or I just decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and get them done because I thought they were Telltale games, and that would give me every single Telltale game except for Walking Dead the final season, Walking Dead Collection, and Walking Dead Season 1 Japan version. And then over the summer, when more people are out and about from school and such, where there will be more people available to boost with, that is when I intend to hopefully do Far Cry 2, Uncharted 2, and Battlefield 3 are sort of the three main summer games I want to do. Then we get to September. My goal currently for September is Red Dead 1 and Resident Evil 5 on PS3. At least a lot of that stuff can be self-boosted with two consoles. Not all of it can, but some of it can. Then for October of 2019, I'm going to go back to do Killzone Shadowfall as well as Intercept standalone. Because you want to do Intercept standalone after you do Killzone Shadowfall proper, because the trophies carry over from Shadowfall into the Intercept standalone. November, I want to touch on Black Ops 2 and Resident Evil 6. The PS3 version of that, because I'm never doing the PS4 version. Not looking forward to that at all. Like, most of it, like, the Platinum isn't really hard, but it's just the DLC that I'm not looking forward to. December would start on going back to Advanced Warfare and Uncharted 3. And then in 2020, I hope to finish up COD Ghosts, both versions, work on Destiny 1 and 2, if I have not finished either of them already, GTA 5's DLC, the heist stuff, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and Uncharted 4. And then beyond that, there are plenty of other games that I will work on either whenever or when, like, in 2021 and beyond, so we'll see. Otherwise, I do expect there to be more DLC for Destiny 2, Minecraft, Fallout 76, Red Dead 2, and Just Cause 4 in the future. So, yeah, that's basically it, man. I should drag this out to close to half an hour. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my group of easy platinums for this past week, just to clean up some of my older games that were laying around that needed to be done, that were quick and easy. So yeah, this coming week, bit of a different schedule than Nothing Much the week after, and then things will be back to normal around the third week of May. So yeah, wish me luck on Resident Evil 5. If anyone wants to help me out with Division Survival or COD Black Ops 1, please let me know in the comments. And that'll be it for now. So, see you guys in, well, aside from the random videos and a couple streams this week, see you guys in a couple weeks.